Hey, hotshot. So you think you're ready for college? Think you're ready to get away from home, have fun relaxing on the beach, picking up babes, hitting wild parties in the dorm rooms? Well, think again, buddy, because college is going to be like one big slap in the face. Your fancy advanced placement classes got nothing on college. Because now that you're finally on your own, you have to worry about juggling classes, avoiding your family's pesky phone calls, working on a job, and buying the right food, eating healthy, exercising, paying the rent, hitting the beach, paying for gas if you want to go anywhere, like the beach, getting lost in town, running your campus, locking your keys in the car, leaving your research paper in the locked car with your keys, avoiding more of your family's pesky phone calls, avoiding zombies, finding friends, joining the right organizations, ignoring your pesky family when they come to visit, dealing with sticky roommates, hiding your sticky roommate from your family, keeping your old high school girlfriend from finding out about your new college girlfriend, and finding the time to write 4 essays at the same time. That was only a small part of why college is so hard, but for now, we'll focus on the basics. I gotta warn you, it's not pretty, so you're gonna have to stick your chin out and pull up your big boy panties. So, you're a prospective new student to the sociology triad with Dr. Ryder. Gotta say, I pity you, my friend, but trust me, you're gonna learn something in this class. So, what does it take to pass a large lecture and seminar? Well, the first thing everybody tells you, go to class. If you're not at class, you can't learn, and if you don't learn, you won't pass. BSing your way through a large lecture exam is not a pretty sight, trust me, not even if you're pretty. So, when you go to class, sit in the front row, pay attention, take notes, and for the love of God, do not text, or else the professor will hurt you. The second thing you need to know is, seminar is there for a reason. Use it! Do your daily assignments in seminar. They'll help bring up your horrible grade in large lecture, and you will have a horrible grade. When you get assignments, do not wait until the last minute to do them. They're pretty easy, but when you have homework for 5 different classes due the next Monday, things can get a lot more difficult. Third, study. The library is a good, quiet place most of the time to get together with friends and quiz each other. They usually have textbooks too, so you'll never go without. Large lecture is not a joke, and it is very difficult if you don't take it seriously. The next thing to keep in mind is that you have more than one class. Juggling classes and getting all those assignments and projects in on time is almost impossible. Even though you're probably a good student and you spend all your free time studying and making sure each essay is just perfect, you can easily lose track of your assignments and end up showing to one of your classes empty-handed. An easy way to keep track of this is to carry around a small notebook which is for due dates and nothing else, not even your secret fantasies about college football players. When you go home, it's a good idea to have a calendar on the wall and write down all your deadlines and important dates so you can keep track of everything at a glance. One of the biggest problems in college is getting overwhelmed because you were too busy studying to do that essay. Another way to keep your classes manageable is to schedule all your classes as close together as possible so you can get in, get out, and then have free time for your job friends and anything else you might want to do that day. So that's about it for classes. I'm sure you'll be fine and have no trouble at all. In fact, you'll probably even pass. If not, there's always fast food industry. But college is about way more than just classes. You're on your own and you actually have to survive. The most important decision you'll have to make is whether to live on campus or off campus. If you choose to live on campus, you'll be 5 minutes from your classes, fairly close to all the windows of downtown Corpus Christi and the beach, and you'll be surrounded by hundreds if not thousands of other 19 to 22-year-olds. What could go wrong? However, if you live on campus, you have to put up with whatever sticky roommate you're assigned, not to mention his girlfriend or boyfriend, and all the sounds they make at night. You also have to pay for those dorms, and between you and me, you can get much better places to stay for about the same price, a little ways off campus. But that's the price of convenience for you. If you got a car or you're brave enough to take the bus for free, then you can consider living off campus too, where there are less rules, plus you'll have more control over who you bunk with. However, if you drive to campus every day, you'll have to wrestle old ladies for parking spots, and then turn around and ask those old ladies to jumpstart your car when it refuses to start that night after classes. Yeah, true story. But if you're broke and can't afford either option, you can be like me and stay in your parents' house while attending a local college. My local college just so happens to have a beach. Gimme. Another important thing to consider is where is all that money coming from? You have to pay for housing, books, tuition, and your tuition covers all the things you don't use every day, such as the library and the recreation center, otherwise known as the exercising place. You also have to go to the university center, otherwise known as UC, to pick from a variety of unhealthy, expensive foods. Trust me, Chick-fil-A may sound really good when you have an empty stomach and a full wallet, but at over $7 a combo meal, we'll see how long you enjoy that. The solution to this problem? Win the lottery. Supposing you can't do that, have rich parents. And if that's not possible, well, you just have to get enough financial aid to cover all your bills. But if you're ready to take your head down from the clouds, lucky you is going to have to get a job. Getting a job comes with a whole slew of perks and disadvantages. The best thing about a job is that you have money to spend on all those important things, like textbooks and food. It also keeps you from being bored if you're just antisocial and have no friends. The problem with keeping a job as a college student is that you won't be able to work normal hours, only putting in an hour or two here, an hour or two there. Luckily, the overpriced bookstores and food joints on campus are willing to hire you and give you flexible hours that wrap around your classes. The bad news is that they're trying to accommodate as many students as possible, and so you're probably not going to get much money relying on campus jobs. It's tougher, and you'll need transportation, but your best bet is to find an off-campus job, maybe even in addition to an on-campus job. Jobs are not strictly necessary if you can survive off of financial aid and what your parents give you, but that will never get you much money to spend on personal things, which sucks. Jobs also eat into your time for important things, like studying. Between classes, jobs, girlfriends, and the most demanding thing of all, the beach, life can get really hectic. These are all things you should consider as you decide what responsibilities you're going to take on. The last thing I want to talk about is family. Unfortunately, I still haven't figured out family. They annoy me every day, and I haven't figured out how to make them stop yet. I've thought about moving farther away, but then there's the whole money issue. I've tried to ignore them, but then my phone fills up with really annoying and whiny voicemails. Then you have to sit there and manually go through each message and delete them. Plus, sooner or later, your family stops by unannounced to walk in on whatever business you got going on, which also sucks. They just don't want to let go, and they're going to be pestering you to do all sorts of things. Call me every once in a while. You could send a text to let me know how your classes are going. The least you could do is show up for your sister's birthday. Are you even coming to Thanksgiving next week? All sorts of annoying stuff like that. But, unfortunately, we each just have to learn how to deal and cope with our own families our own way. After all, they are the friends you wouldn't pick. Or something like that.